Hi, and welcome back again to Spirituality with a Spin. I am Ryan Keys, your host, and if you've been following me like last week, we talked about some pretty taboo subjects, and we're going to continue the talk on the taboo, and if I step on your toes, I apologize in advance, but these things need to be said, whether it's dark night of the soul, divorce, separation, or how those affect your twin flame and soulmate search. These things have to be said. So we're going to cover these things in great detail over the next few weeks. Today we're going to talk about love, allowing and letting go to grow, and how growth happens when nature and nurture come together to bring you closer to who you are actually. If you want to talk about these subjects, please follow me inside. I will see you there. So as I said in the intro, we have been talking about taboo subjects related to the twin flame soulmate search for divine partnership and divine purpose. Now, you don't have to believe in a label, because I don't look around and see a lot of labels or logos. I just see people and I see a lot of love. So don't identify yourself with one concept. It's not about twin flame. It's not about soulmate. It's not about anything other than love and looking for love. And like I said in the beginning, love is about allowing and letting go to grow. It's about when nature and nurture come together so that you can begin to see who you are on the inside. Now, I understand everyone is anxious, everyone wants answers, everyone needs it now. We live in a society based on technology, on swipe right or left, you got a date, on order from Amazon and they deliver in 2 days. But those things are dissuading you from finding depth. Depth occurs when you slow down. Slow down before you get turned upside down. So the spiritual awakening is not a race. The ascension is not a race. You have to set a pace. When you run a race, for any of you that are athletes, you know what I'm talking about. When you're running, if you burn out in the beginning, you're not going to have that final kick to get to the end of the race. You're not going to cross the finish line. You're going to fall face down. So in the course of that, let's talk about some things in relationship to some of the core wounding issues, because we're allowing our wounds to become words, and those words are being put forth from our mouth, and we're edifying those as part of our experience instead of letting them sit in the past, and we're bringing them with us like they're in a little packed case, like a packed lunch for school. We don't need to have those, and I apologize if you hear noise in the background, but hey, when you're outside, shit happens, and that's part of being in nature is natural. So nature and nurture will help bring you together, and doing those parts will help bring you back from the pieces into a whole person. So like I said, spiritual awakening is not a race. And running away is not the new religion. Of course, the 4-hour work week, everyone's becoming a digital nomad, everyone wants to run away and live on an island. But running away is not going to help you have a revolution of soul. You need to understand that there are core things that you have to begin to work on. In your relationship, if you're in a relationship that is not working out, if you're in a relationship that's that's just now getting ready to start, if you are alone and you don't know what to do and you're at home and you're experiencing that spiritual loneliness, these things and these topics are things that you need to address. You need to begin to think about how you can turn that around before it takes you down. So think about it like when you are getting to the other side, right? When you're going through something, like Winston Churchill said, and is it like a question or is it a quest? When you're going through hell, keep going. You don't sit in it. You don't sit in the suffering. You don't sit in this saturation, allowing it to soak to the very core of you. I was listening to Louise L. Hay, and she said something that really sprang to life when I heard it. It was like an epiphany moment, like a snap. She said that if you project life, she said when she got cancer, she went to go get treatment, and she was talking to the doctor, and she had an epiphany. And in that epiphany, she said, if I don't change who I am, they're going to keep cutting pieces of Louise away. Now sit with that for a second. If I don't change the core of what I'm doing now, nothing I do is going to change. So they could treat the cancer, they could kill the cancer, but it's going to come back because I haven't become somebody new. I haven't embraced the me. I'm still living in the past. I have not set a new bar, a new goal. I haven't begun to think in a new way. If you think in the old ways, you're going to get the old things. Susan Powder, an aerobics instructor a long time ago, used to say insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. Well, in the spiritual community, insanity is thinking that you're going to have a revolution without putting in work. This takes work. And you got to build from the bottom up. You have to build from the body up. So don't sit in your suffering. Don't sit in your past. Spiritual awakening is about understanding that these things are tools that have to be used. It's like buying weights and leaving them on the floor. So like I was saying when we were talking a few weeks ago about divorce and how the implications of the spiritual awakening are affecting your relationships and how people relate with you, you have to understand, even Yeshua, Jesus said, be in the world but not of the world. So what he's talking about and what we're talking about is understanding. When you awaken, when you're ascending, when you're looking into all these spiritual topics, number one, don't get overly excited. Don't attack it like it's a dog in a bone. You want to take it in little pieces. You want to let it soak into you easily. You want to learn and you want to appreciate things like a fine meal. Don't just come in famished like you need it and just dig in and devour it, because it's not going to, you're going to be left with this emptiness. So spirituality isn't your answer. Stones, crystals, burning sage isn't your answer. The twin flame isn't your answer. What is your answer? Working on you. Seeing the you. Believing in you. That is your answer. If you're in a relationship right now that's gone sideways and you are being emotionally abused or you're abusing someone emotionally, if anything in your relationship is not about authenticity and not about who you are, you need to start changing that. If it means you have to become somebody different because they won't accept you, then that's what happens. When you awaken, you open Pandora's box, and that's going to put you in a place of being here in the present because you know the potential of what you can do to go forward. In this life, you can decide, are you going to experience it and express yourself, or are you going to allow life to happen without you? Are you going to sit back in the back row and just let everything occur without you being part of it? Or are you going to continue repeating the same mistakes? Are you going to continue living in the past? Or are you going to put yourself right here in the present? Are you going to stop living life like you're sitting in a lifeboat waiting for someone to rescue you? Or are you going to jump off the side and swim to shore because you're so close you can see it? Take a chance. Don't keep drifting more out to sea. Swim. Swim. And if you need help, you'll be in range and we'll come out and we will help you to help yourself. Peace, light, and love. I will see you on the other side. And if you haven't tried my mirror work, register down below. And you can also check out my other social media. I am super active on those, Facebook and Instagram. We are building groups in your town. So in 2018, hometown visits, we're going to hug it out. I will come to your city and let me know. Email me there. divinelove-academy.com. You can be part of my masterclass. We've got a whole lot of things going on, a lot of growth happening to help you help yourself. We're going to make leaders in love that are going to be able to bring these three-dimensional experiences to your town where everybody's getting together and meeting up and becoming like minds and like people, unbiased, coming from a place of love. That's the goal. Set yours, and I will see you on the other side.